Just after 4:15 p.m. on March 17th, the St. Petersburg police were called to the 200 block of 37th Street North after a man located the body of an adult female near a trash can in the alleyway behind his home.
There are still a lot of unanswered questions in this investigation so far, especially who this woman was, what caused her death, and what she was doing in that alley in the first place. And all the neighbors we spoke with, both on and off camera, were stunned by the news.
Just surprising to us. Like I said, it's normally pretty quiet around here.
Neighbors left with more questions than answers about the woman found in an alley down the street.
There is no threat to the community. This appears to be an isolated situation.
Police say she had injuries to her upper body, but no word yet on what caused those injuries.
We are still identifying the body. This is still very early on in the investigation. But once we are able to identify our victim, we will be able to release the name once next of kin has been notified.
According to police, a neighbor found the woman and called 911 around 4:15. They don't know how long the woman was in the alley before then.
We have seen some homeless, but nothing to this extreme, something like this happening.
Ramona and Jeff Timmons live down the block from where the body was found. They said a lot of the neighbors are friendly. Everyone takes their dogs out for walks.
Especially there's several that work from home. So it's a scary thought that something like that would even happen in our neighborhood.
They were just as shocked as some of the other neighbors we spoke to.
Everybody's friendly. We all know each other. We all look out for each other. So that's why this is so surprising.
As St. Pete police said, it is still an ongoing investigation, so we will definitely learn more over the next day or two.
The woman was quickly identified by family as 34-year-old mother of two, Jona Joy Waller, who was pronounced dead at the scene after succumbing to multiple stab wounds to her body. Initially, police had no leads in the case and pleaded with the public for help. According to Jona's mother, who described her as a sweet woman and a wonderful mother to two young girls, said she spoke to her daughter the day before her body was discovered. She said the two checked on each other daily and that Jona appeared fine the last time they spoke. When she failed to call her the next day, her mother said she instantly knew something was wrong. She felt it. Little did she know, her gut instinct was correct. The St. Petersburg police will call her soon after to inform her of the heartbreaking news. Jona's devastated mother says she can't eat, sleep, or do simple day-to-day tasks since her murder. She, along with Jona's father and the rest of her family, held a news conference demanding to know what happened, why it happened, and who was responsible. They said they would pray for whoever did this to Jona, but they want them to turn themselves into the police. A $5,000 reward was also offered.
Jona Waller was just 34 years old. Police say she was stabbed to death, left by a dumpster.
10 Tampa Bay's Angelina Salcido went back to the neighborhood today and spoke with the man who found her body. This as her parents plead with whoever killed her to come forward.
Waller's family speaking out for the first time after finding out about her death. This nightmare is unfathomable. They just want to know what happened to her. You never expect to get that call.
It has been a nightmare ever since.
She's waiting for closure.
Nothing good so far.
No good news for a mom looking for answers. Patricia Suggs Walker says her daughter was sweet, loving, and kind.
Couldn't help but love her because her nature was just that sweet.
Jona Waller was loved, constantly checking in. The 34-year-old mother of two was close to her family.
When I didn't get a call on Friday, I felt something was wrong.
Her instincts were right.
When I discovered the body, I didn't think it was anything crazy.
Alex Visaggio, the man who called 911 after finding Jona Friday afternoon.
Nothing like I've ever experienced before.
He didn't know she was dead behind his home on the 200th block of 37th Street North, left in an alley, stabbed.
I hope they find answers.
As detectives investigate,
this is Cheyenne and this is Michelle.
Jona's daughters, just 5 and 3 years old, now watched by the village standing behind them while they grieve a piercing pain.
My daughter did not deserve such a tragic death.
John Walker needs someone to come forward.
Jona Joy Waller, Joy, was the name that I gave her. So I gave her that for a reason. She brought joy to us, to me.
Their joy isn't coming back,
but
she drives their fight.
I don't know what to say. I will not rest on this earth until I get justice for my daughter.
Roughly a week after her murder, the St. Petersburg police announced the arrest of 52-year-old Tommy Jean Stevens, who was charged with second-degree murder. Police did not release details about what led them to develop Stevens as a suspect in Jona's death, but say that Stevens and Jona met up in the alleyway and at some point he stabbed her in the upper body, leaving her for dead. He is currently being held at the Pinellas County Jail.
The family tells me they got the news someone was arrested in connection to this case on Friday. This man, who police believe was Jona's killer. Tonight, her mom tells me she just wants to know why he did it.
I needed some kind of closure.
Closer to closure, but still grieving. Patricia Suggs Walker struggling with a loss that's incomprehensible.
I can't understand how can a person just stab.
Police say her daughter Jona Waller was stabbed 20 times before being left to die in an alley.
Could have left some life in her. Somewhere I could see her again. Somewhere I could talk to her again. Somewhere I could hear her voice again.
She'll never get a daily phone call from her baby. Police say this man, Tommy Gene Stevens, is responsible, charged with second-degree murder after surveillance video caught him walking with Jona and another man blocks from where she was killed.
That's when he stabbed her and just left.
Police say Stevens had a large knife when put in handcuffs.
This is nothing like I've ever experienced before.
Alex Visaggio, the man who called 911 after finding Jona 10 days ago. The 34-year-old's death leaves her family with emotions they've never experienced before.
I don't know why you would want to do something like this to my daughter. I don't know what caused it, but I will pray for you.
And with God's guidance,
I forgive you, but I will never forget the pain that you caused me and my family. I won't forget the hurt. It just hurts so bad.
Now, Mrs. Walker tells me she plans on being in court as all of this plays out. Stevens made his first appearance on Saturday. Just a few hours ago, though, his attorney filed paperwork making it clear that her client will not be talking unless she's present. No future court date has been set yet, but we'll keep you updated.
The case remains ongoing.